Most of us have played the mental game of winning the lottery. We imagine taking our millions and building a fortress of cash, or buying our own private mountain to isolate ourselves in pure luxury. That fantasy drives our daily spending. We assume that doubling our income will double our life satisfaction. But a survey of national income data shows that people earning $55,000 a year are only 9% happier than those making $25,000. Even the most expensive pillar of the American dream follows this disappointing math. Researchers tracking thousands of people who moved into newer, nicer houses found that over a 5-year period, their overall life happiness did not improve at all. You can see this in a study of Harvard students. Those assigned to gorgeous historic dorms expected to be much happier than those assigned to the cramped, ugly buildings on the outskirts of campus. But 2 years later, the students in the beautiful dorms reported the exact same levels of happiness as the ones in the undesirable houses. When our most expensive material goals fail to deliver lasting joy, it indicates that our intuition about how to spend our money is broken. The biological culprit behind our fading happiness is a mechanism called habituation, the way our nervous system naturally stops responding to a stimulus after repeated exposure. Think about how your nose reacts to a bad smell. If a dog gets sprayed by a skunk, the owner initially gags, but after an hour of bathing the dog, the owner's olfactory system adapts. The smell seems to fade, even though it's still there. Your brain applies this same survival trick to positive changes. It rapidly adapts to the thrill of new environments and objects to keep you functioning at a baseline level. When you buy a luxury car with leather seats or mount a massive flat-screen TV to your wall, your brain immediately begins adjusting to the new normal. Within weeks, the thrill evaporates, and the physical item becomes invisible background noise. Without a way to manage this biology, we stay trapped on the hedonic treadmill, a cycle where every new physical purchase inevitably becomes boring. If our physical environments are biologically destined to bore us, we have to look at what science suggests we should buy instead. One strategy is to buy experiences. These purchases help prevent buyer's remorse because they defy direct apples to oranges feature comparisons. You can line up 2 televisions and regret buying the one with lower resolution, but you cannot easily compare the taste of an orange sorbet to the memory of an apple tart. We literally construct our identities out of the things we do, rather than the objects we own. This Cornell diagram maps student purchases relative to their sense of self. Unshaded circles representing material goods, like a watch, sit distant from the center, but shaded experiential purchases, like a trip to Africa, intersect and connect directly with the core self-image. Experiences also resist habituation because they force us to interact with other people and provide unique stories we can tell for years. People will pay to crawl through freezing, butter-graced mud in a Tough Mudder race, or sleep on a bed made of solid ice north of the Arctic Circle. These moments are objectively uncomfortable, but they forge highly valued memories that we never quite get used to. This resistance to habituation depends on the intensity of the moment and the social bonds it creates. Surprisingly, the actual duration of a vacation has almost no impact on the pleasure we remember deriving from it. Even with great experiences, modern daily life presents another hurdle: instant access. Constant availability accelerates our biological boredom. In a psychology lab, students were given a piece of chocolate. When they returned the following week and ate a second piece, they enjoyed it significantly less than the first. To prevent that initial high from fading, behavioral economists recommend introducing intentional scarcity. Comedian Sarah Silverman applies a strict rule to everything from weed to fart jokes. Her personal mantra is, make it a treat. Limiting our access to the things we love most effectively re-virginizes our capacity for pleasure. It resets our sensory expectations. By artificially restricting our own access, we turn daily necessities back into rare indulgences. We prevent our brains from adapting and keep the initial high intact. The ultimate goal of our money isn't to build a mountain of depreciating physical assets that our brains will eventually ignore. We can instead focus on building an experiential CV, a mental resume composed entirely of memorable, unique life events. Before making your next purchase, ask 3 questions. Will it connect me with others? Will it make a great story? Does it serve as a rare treat? This framework explains why people spend $200,000 for a 6-minute flight into suborbital space with Virgin Galactic. It is an incomparable investment that defies buyer's remorse. Virgin Galactic sells those tickets using the words of Mark Twain. 20 years from now, you will be more disappointed by the things that you didn't do than by the ones you did do. The rich, unadaptable experiential CV we build becomes the most valuable thing we can buy with our money.
Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe for more awesome book summaries from Summarypedia.